Hello everybody, this is Refresh. I am 6-2 with this Squirrels deck, which puts me at the final boss fight. I'm going to see if I can earn myself the 7th win, or, even if I stop at 6, that puts me ahead on the gems to win ratio. So I'm pretty happy with the results of this deck so far. What we are going to be doing after this depends on whether I finish my quests for the day. I don't know if I keep forgetting if they're called quests or missions or whatever they're called. But I do want to finish at least one today, so I will keep playing if I need to. We're being matched down, so this person that is in bronze is doing really well. We have... Ooh, this is not great. I can cast these 3 drops, but I can't cast either of these. And I think that 3 black is not going to do it for me, right? Because I think if I had 2 greens, I would cash grab and get the black. But I think we mulligan here to get something a little bit better. This is definitely better. We're going to keep this one here. Keep 6, and we're gonna put probably the glide dive. Actually, I think I should put one of these away, and I think Agate Blade Assassin is the weaker of the 2, so we'll put that away. And then we'll go ahead and get started with a swamp. And then we'll go into the Baker's Bane duo, and we'll have the Coarse Grape Cultivator next on. Ooh, okay. There we go. We're first, so that does give us a little advantage, but we mulligan, so now we're at disadvantage. They're on Forest and Plains. Ooh, they have the stronger set right now. If I could kill that, I would, but I cannot. And so we're going to play this. We're going to swing. They're just going to take it, I expect. Yep, we'll play the Coarse Prairie Cultivator next. We'll hold on. I'm not going to eat this just yet. Okay, that's very strong. Wow, no wonder they did it. No blocks. Nice. Okay. Play this. Actually, let's play the Hidden Grotto. I don't need a swamp necessarily right now. I'd like to see what's next and then adjust that. Scales of Shade is pretty good. Let me see. If I keep that there, then I will have a way of dealing with the Beauregard measure. Although if it gets bigger, then it's going to be a little bit more problematic. But I think we keep this there, because even if I use it on the tokens, that's going to help me overcome those tokens. And so we're going to go to combat. We are going to eat this. I want to grow this so I can push through. Submit the food. Because I don't know if I'm going to get any of the other things that can eat. Maybe I should attack with both. Because if I trade this for these, I would still be coming up kind of ahead of things. Oh, that's really bad. Now I see why they're doing so well. That's incredibly strong here. Do I chump? No blocks. I think what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to attack with both of these, and then Scades of Shield if I can, to reduce the size of some of these. Let's just attack with the Coarse Prairie Cultivator. And then we'll Shades of Scale if I need to. Oh, they're just going to take it. That's actually quite reasonable. Okay, so now the plan is I'm going to have to... Oh, I can't really even chump. Okay, I'm going to have to do this to gain some life. Oh, I lose. Yeah, their deck is sick. That is a sick deck. Because I can't actually functionally deal with all this, right? I'm going to take 7 plus whatever number of damage there. They're probably going to cast even more creatures on top. Wow. Yeah, there's no winning on this one. I think that their deck was just no wonder they got where they did. Look at this sick deck. Oh man. I don't know that there was any way for me to defeat this, because they weren't attacking with these, right? They're just this thing is just getting bigger. If they have all these Hop-Twits, man, I'm envious. That is a ridiculous deck to have, and to be able to draw that and then play it just is really just. I mean, yes, some of it's lucky they got the cards in the right order that gave them the win, but if they're bronze and they've gotten that far, either they're just a really good player that happens to have started at bronze again, or they had the right cards in their deck. They either drafted well or luck firmed out for them. I don't know which it is. But rad deck, sick deck. You should play that deck. You are doing really well. I'm just going to open these 5 packs right now, and we'll start a new draft, because I did not get there with the things. Oh, Keen-Eye Curator, that is easily a first pick. I had this in my pre-release, and it was quite the bomb, eating my opponent's stuff and then becoming really huge, so that is really cool. Easily the first pick here. I don't think anything here is anywhere near that quality. And even if it's just the only raccoon in your deck, it's still very strong, so happy to take that first. Alright. Pack number 2 gets us these cards. Caretaker's Talent. This is interesting. I think I'll take this just because the Rabbit's deck is so strong. And, you know, this is not as interesting of a card. I mean, it's a fine card in Raccoons. Or in a lot of green decks. But it's just nowhere near the high ceiling potential of this. So, yeah, I'll take the Caretaker's Talent first. Also, Rabbits is just really strong. Granted, it's harder to get into these days in third pack. Just because everybody likes, you know, everybody knows it's so strong. Here, I think I'm taking the Vine Reap Mentor first because it is a strong squirrel. Yes, it does leave me to be in the Squirrels deck, but I think it's a little bit better than this removal spell. It gets you a double advantage on entering and dying, which is really important for the Squirrels deck. You just get so much food, and I think the value proposition is really high for this one in Squirrels. So that is my pick there. Pack 4 gets us these choices here. For the Common Good is not what I want to take early. It's just so expensive, and yes, it can make you additional tokens, but I think I would much rather take just the Vine Reap Mentor here. Or yeah, I think Gossip's Talent is a later pick if you know that you're going to be in like Rats or some other blue spell or blue deck, and so the Vine Reap Mentor is again the easy pick in this pack. Here, we have the Persistent Marsh Stalker. I think this is the one that I choose. I think I've not yet played Rats, and this has always been such a strong card in every Rats deck that I've faced that has just murdered me, I think, every time. Because Threshold is easier to do than expected, and it just comes back and kills. So that is my pick in this pack. All right, last pack before I jump into a new draft. We have all of these cards here. Dray Leader. Probably the Dray Leader is my first pick. It is great in Squirrels, and it's still okay in other decks as long as you have Squirrels or food in it. And that's probably more interesting to me than Rabid Knot. Don't get me wrong, Rabid Knot is also a strong card, but I think this is the card that I would take if I'm already in something that's red and it's a good removal spell in that color. Otherwise, I think the Dray Leader has the highest upside, and its floor isn't terrible. And so that's the pick here. Although, you know, there's a Warden Elder is also a pretty good card in this pack. So that is my thinking, and let's go ahead and get started on a new draft since I got time and I got to finish this stuff right here. So let's go. Another Premier draft for Bloomburrow. Here we go. Paying the 1,500 to the 1,800 gems that I earned for another draft. I'm continuing to keep myself afloat in terms of gems. My win rate is just high enough that I do not have to pay for any more gems, which is the ideal. So I'm hoping to keep that up and get my win rate a little bit higher to that, you know, more pro-ish level of 60-something%. I'm not there yet. And as long as I keep drafting frogs, I'll never get there. Not frags, but frogs. But who knows? Maybe the next frog deck will be great. You know what I really would like to try? I'd like to try a rat deck because I have not yet been able to draft that. And so I'm looking forward to seeing if that is a possibility for me in the future. But as it is, we're just open to the wins and see what comes passing our way or in our opening pack. And we'll just try to make whatever I get work, as usual. Except, I don't want to play otters because it seems like it's probably the weakest. That and birds, maybe. So, unless something really... what happened? Did we lose everybody? What happened? Oh my goodness. Unless we just get pushed into the deck by only good stuff in those decks coming my way, I'd rather like to stay away from those because I haven't yet played it. I might if the right cards come my way, but it doesn't seem to be that strong. Those two don't seem to be that strong. So I would play anything else, though. I had a lot of fun with my Bats deck, even if I didn't do that well with it, because the combos that happened with the sick life drain, life gain, that was pretty fun in my back deck. And I had some really strong cards in that deck. And I've been destroyed by Bat decks as well, and so I don't think Bats are necessarily bad. But again, I would like to play Rats the most because that seems like the most fun deck that I have not been played but been completely destroyed by. So yeah, would like to try that. Or actually, lizards is a deck that I never really got to play. I did play like a heavy red deck once that had a lot of lizards in it, but it was really a mouse deck that just had a lot of strong lizards in it. So that is something that would be interesting to me, but you know, as well, lizards and rats. Let me get lizards and rats. Come on. If not, you know, I will always play towards what is best. I'm not going to force something that isn't how it can happen to me, because that is how you lose a lot at Magic the Gathering. And I don't mind losing a little bit for the sake of experimentation, but I don't want to just like force myself into a what's, you know, when the cards aren't really coming to me. So, oh wow, is there nobody drafting? This is the longest I've had to wait for a Premier draft, and it got reset again. I'm just waiting this whole time. Come on, people, let's. Is it somebody's backing out because they're waiting too long, or is it that it's just not being able to be done? Is it because Duskmourn is coming soon and people just don't want to spend their gems on one more Premier Draft for Bloomburrow? I don't know. I don't know what it is. If you're playing Bloomburrow, what are your thoughts on the format? Have you been enjoying it so far? Is it too simplistic? Like you just kind of like have to stay in your own lane once you find the lane? Oh, here we go. Let's do it. Ah, yes. Let us do one more draft. And a few more games, hopefully, and then we'll go Starfall Invocation, destroy a creature. Okay, that's pretty simple. That is a Wrath. And you get a creature card. Easy first pick. What am I passing? Teapot Slinger. I wouldn't take that first, but I would consider it later. Driftgloom Clarity, pretty good card. Not taking it over the Wrath. Clifftop Lookout, also good. I'm passing a lot of good cards, so it's hard to know. And Baker's Bay do great in the pick, but never seen this card before, or yeah, I haven't seen this card. I've been wrecked by this card, I think, once. So I'm happy to take that first and see where it goes. Caretaker's Talent, happy to take that. I am passing a Beauregard Mentor, which is like the best friend of Caretaker's Talent here, but that's okay. I'm going to start with this because it's a rare and it has a lot of potential. I don't know if it's actually the right pick. It might be that Beauregard Mentor is the right pick, but I'm going to take this here. And then I'm staying white. I could take the Thistle down here. Rustshield Rampager is another thing that creates tokens. I think that token thing might be stronger because of Caretaker's Talent. It would let us draw off the offspring here, and that's more interesting to me. I could also go Mockingbird, but I don't want to go blue, I don't think, if I can avoid it. So yeah, I think the best pick here is probably the Rustshield Rampager to go with what's here. Also green is good there. Seasoned Warden Guard cares about tokens, and I like that. Wouldn't mind Head of the Homestead or Druid of the Spade, but I want to make sure that my low end is covered before I go into a high end. So we'll take the Seasoned Warden Guard here. So yeah, I don't know about Starfall Invocation in a Rabbits deck, but I'm not opposed to it. This is not a great card. This is probably the weakest of the cards that I've drafted. And this will give you tokens on food as well, so it's not dead if you play a different color. This is great in black, but it's just too late, I think, to try to switch into black, especially since I don't have blue, right? I think I take Druid of the Spade here. Is a decent card in color as a 3-drop. I just need, let's see, what do I want here? Heaped Harvest? Or do I take this and get 2 cards that are smaller? Let's see. I think this is better than Squirrels. I'm going to take the Dewdrop Cure and see if I can get some small cards. Low, like Nettle Guard is fine. I don't want these expensive cards. Like this is fine, but I'd rather have a 2-drop. This is such an assorted format. I want to make sure my low end is covered, so I'm going to take the Nettle Guard over these 2. I would take them if the pack were weaker, obviously, but a 3/1, sometimes it gets bigger, you know, and it has the secondary effect of destroying target artifact or enchantment. It's pretty good. Happy to take that. At instant speed, by the way, so I think that's a reasonable play. You want to get aggressive. You want to get early. I know it doesn't play into rabbits, but it's fine with me. Here, I'm going to take the Pileated Provisioner. It's good with mice. It's not good with rabbits necessarily, but I mean, it's not like Junkyloid Bruiser or Heaped Harvest is doing any better for the color pair. Moonrise Clerk could be interesting, but you know, then you have to play the double white, and this just makes one of your things bigger. Most of my things are going to be smaller, so I guess that's not a bad thing at all. Or do I want the heaped harvest? No, I don't think that this deck is trying to do heaped harvest. So I'll take the provisioner. I don't know if it's going to make the final cut. Bravekin Duo, pretty good. Nettleguard, not bad. I think I'm a little bit more into Bravekin Duo. It works well with a Nettleguard that I already have, and then it can just make one of my things a little bigger to push through, or to trade, or to force the trade. Peerless Recycling is probably what I take. It's in color. It does get permanents back to my hand, so it is like getting a card, or at least getting a better card. Yeah, I don't know. It's not great, but am I taking the Seed Pod Squire? I don't think so, right? Fountain Port Bell? Probably not, so I'm going to take this. I don't think I'm going to start this, though. Thistle Down players I'll take. It's not exciting, though. And then Druid of the Spade again. I'll take that. I'd rather not play this if I don't have to. Thought Checker. Okay, I mean, the white is coming my way. Coyote is probably a good card. Do I take Coyote or do I take Carrot Cake? I think Carrot Cake and Cash Grab are slightly more important than Coyote. Although Coyote is a 2-for-1. And Carrot Cake is also a 2-for-1. I think I don't have enough token generators, so I think I was supposed to take the Carrot Cake. This is also really expensive. I might be wrong on this, but that's the way I'm going to go here. Permanence control, gain hexproof. No, not on first pick. I'll take this. I mean, it's a fine aggressive card. I need the 2 drops to make sure that my deck is functional early. That's probably the way to go here. So that's good. We're getting our 2s going. We're still thick on 3s, but Dewdrop Cure wants this stuff. I'll probably take Dewdrop Cure out if I don't have enough of these smaller cards here. So I want like a 10 at least here before I really consider keeping Dewdrop Cure in the deck. Let's see how we're doing here. John's deck is a little slow, but nobody's like doing really, really slow picks here. Sometimes you get stuck with a pack where you're like really running it all the way to the end because you're not sure. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially because they moved it, you know. I've seen these drafts where somebody just takes forever to make their choice, and that's never fun. But here, this is not the case, so I'm going to give everybody lots of charity in terms of whether they're picking their cards in a reasonable amount of time or not. And sometimes I'm so busy talking while I'm drafting that, you know, I also forget to choose in reasonable time, and then I have like 4 packs stacked up on me. So again, not trying to judge too much. Here we go. I don't want provisioners. I'm definitely on one of these green cards, right? Sentinel can let me get additional use out of one of these things. I don't want a 5-drop, right? I could take one of these tree trap sentries as well. But I think getting the additional effect of maybe playing one of the whatever that thing that does. Ooh, here we go. 2-drop. I like that. This is also pretty good. Tree Guard Duo. That's a really good one. In fact, maybe I'm supposed to take this because the number of creatures I control is really good. Although this is just a 2-drop. I think I'm on 2-drop. Team 2-drop. But the 4-drop is also really good here. Baker's Bane Duo. Excellent card. Definitely want to have that. That's also a token generator. My deck cares about tokens. Although I'd rather have rabbits than food. But I think that's a reasonable pick there. Here, do I take the Corpsebride Cultivator? Maybe? I don't want that. The Waxwing isn't really what I'm trying to do. Neither is Junk Bearer. Either that or Hidden Grotto. I'm going to take the Cultivator, even though it's a double green, because I think it has the strongest chance of being useful in my deck. Eventually, I'm going to have cards in the graveyard, and I'll be able to forage. So, I'll take it, but know that it might get cut. And it's also a 3-drop, which Life Creed Duo. Do I want Mouse Trapper? I mean, is it a 3-mana, or I do take the 2-mana card? I'm gonna take the 2-mana card. Do I have enough abilities to trigger it? Like, let's see. I have the Bravekin Duo. I don't have a lot of targeted abilities here. So am I supposed to take the 2-mana? Oh, well, too late. Alright, there we go. I'm going to take Carrot Cake for sure. This is good in bats only. So yeah, Carrot Cake is the way to go. And then I'm going to take this game back around, so I'll take it. I think I'm supposed to over the cash grab, but I'm not sure. Cash grab does fix quite a lot of problems, but I think the 2-for-1 potential is good enough for me to take that first. We'll take tree trap sentries now. It's not bad as a roadblock if I need it. Here, I want the thistle down. Not really likely to play it, but we'll see. Intrepid rabbit is pretty good. I think that fits well on curves. Okay, so far really good going into the third one. I don't want to take this early. I don't have a good removal spell, so my thinking is here. I don't need this because I mean, it came back around the first time. I might just take this for a bit of removal since I don't have any. Uncharted Haven also is in the argument. I don't think I want to take a Rust Shield Rampager first. That's likely to come back. Or Sticky Tongue Sentinel is a reasonable card here. Let's see. I think my deck is doing okay. I don't have removal, so I'm probably going to take the Sonar Strike. But it may be Sticky Tongue Sentinels. That's the correct pick here. In fact, I'm going to switch to Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Like taking additional triggers off of my Enter the Battlefield effects is probably strong enough to take it again. Essence Channeler. Okay, it's a good card, but not in my colors. Do I take the Essence? Do I take the Nettle Guard or take Banishing Light? I think I need more removal, and I think that's going to take me to Banishing Light. This is good in bats. We're not bats. And these, I mean, this works with a Sticky Tongue Scribe, but I don't know if I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to lean on the removal here. I don't like Banishing Light, but this is not really what my deck is doing. And it's just a 2-3, and I'd rather have something that fits my deck a little better with that 2-3. We have another Caretaker's Talent. Critical token. I don't generate enough tokens for this to be good. I think I have to take the Warren Guard. Although, if I'm taking the Warren Guard, I think I'm supposed to take the Caretaker's Talent instead. Yeah, I guess I take that. No, I mean, how many of these do I want, right? It's still better than Warren Guard, right? I think, or maybe, oh, there's another Warren Guard. I'm going to take it this time. I'll take it this time. And then Sonar Strike. I get another one. But my deck is already really full, so I'm just looking at... we want the Tree Guard duo. That's a very strong card. So happy to take that. Here, either Mouse Trapper, Sonar Strike, Drift Gloom, or do I take this Breland? Let's take the Breland. I mean, I don't know. My deck is already so full. I don't know. I'm going to just try this. I want to get a piece of fixing to make it work. Ooh, Homestead. That's pretty good. That's token generation right there. So happy to take that over everything else. Looks like I keep Uncharted Haven to get Balin going here. I mean, yes, I could take another 5-drop or another Sonar Strike, but I don't like either. And my deck, I have so many options that it's really more of a matter of how do I get this lower. I think the Stout is not going to make it. I'm going to take the Rare here because my deck is packed. I don't really need a lot. And so I'll take it and just not play it, probably. Ooh, a Warren Guard again comes back. I'll take it. Actually, try to take Rabbit Response. I think I should, right? No, let's get super aggressive and try to like nail with those tokens. Okay, well, we ended up with Rabbit Response. Oops. That's okay. I don't have a ton of token generation, so I think... Oh, well, there's more token generation. In retrospect, maybe I should have taken that one, but going wide with and hitting with Rabbit Response is also pretty good in a deck that generates tokens. I don't have any Hop Tuits. You know what? Because I don't have any Hop Tuits, it's probably better. It would have been, I think, right for me to take the other Warren Guard just to get really aggressive here. Now, here's the deal here. We got token generation 1, 2, 3, 4. This cares about tokens but doesn't make tokens. 5, 6. I'm going to get rid of the Provisioner for sure. 7 token generators. Of which earlier I have 3 Carrot Cakes. I feel pretty good about the Season Warren Guards because of that, so I'm going to keep those in here. We do need to cut a lot of cards, and my 3s are kind of stacked, so this is where I'm going to probably do my first cuts here. This cares about tokens entering, and I'll draw a card once each turn whenever a token enters. That's pretty good. That like replaces whatever card that generated that token, and then I can duplicate tokens that exist, and then power up my creature tokens, which are my rabbits and my offspring. How many rabbits can I make? Carrot Cake makes 2 each, that's 6. Rust Shield Rampager and the Intrepid Rabbit make additional tokens, so those are good. Probably cut Tree Trap Sentries at this point. And then this cares about tokens, and I can get mana and cards out of them. That's pretty good. Corpseberry Cultivator is not really what this deck is doing. Does this Sentinel matter? It cares permanent, so I can get more benefit off of that. So that's interesting. I think the Mouse Trapper doesn't fit in this deck. Like, I don't have a lot of direct targeting for my cards. And so, like, I have one Bravekin duo. Just a Bravekin duo, right? Yeah, I think we cut the Mouse Trapper. I guess Intrepid Rabbit is the other thing, but again, we're not really doing this that much. And you have to do it in order for this to be any good. So, yeah, the Flash ability is almost kind of like a Earth Stats removal, which is not the best thing in the world here. Do I get rid of the Coyote? Maybe. Like, where's my curve? 2.8 is pretty low. If I can get a little lower by dropping one of my 5s. I don't know if Starfall Identification is what I want as a just make the deck go really wide thing, but I think I'm still going to keep it. How many ones and twos? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Creature. 5, 6, 7. 7 twos or less. Yeah, I think I cut this. I know that it is a way of getting more things from my graveyard to the battlefield, and it is a bit of stuff, but I think I wanted my... It only affects creatures. If it affected artifacts, I think I would have kept it in. The Carrot Cakes would have made it good. So that's cut. That cuts that. I think the Nettle Guards stay in just for the sake of aggression. And then, let's see. I don't think I want all of these. I think I cut the Driftgloom Coyote. Do I? It can exile anything until it dies, right? So maybe that stays. Let's see. I like this for bouncing this and recasting it, making my deck bigger, or my board bigger with recasting these offspring cards. It'll let me redo the Carrot Cakes as well as Baker's Bane duo. So I think the Sticky Tongue Sentinels still fit pretty well in the deck. The Druid of the Spade is probably on the weaker side here. I think because I don't have a lot of removal, I have Banishing Light, Sonar Strike, and Driftgloom, and that's it, right? So I think we keep the Driftgloom as well. Or do I just lean on the Starfall Invocation? That's a good question. I'm not certain of the answer to that yet. Do I want 2 Caretaker's Talent? Is this too many? How much creature tokens do I get? And how many? I think I make enough tokens that this is going to pay off for one of them. Is it going to pay off for 2 of them? Like, is this just a dead card a lot of the time? That's a good question. So when I cast it, it doesn't do anything. Only when I pay it on 4 does it do something. So I really have to think of it more as a 4-drop, right? Because I want to play it on 3 and then duplicate a token. And then what am I duplicating? I'm duplicating the rabbits here. I'm duplicating food. I'm duplicating then the offsprings here, these 2 offsprings. And that's it, right? That's probably still good. I think most of my tokens are creatures. I wish I had the... and these rabbits here. I wish I had the hop to its to really take advantage of going wide, but this is where we are at right now. My 3s, yeah. I think I keep them both. I'd like to see what happens if I try this. So what am I cutting now? Stoat is less good, I think. Well, I guess it's decent with the Bravekin duo, kind of pumping it. And it kind of makes the Nettle Guards okay. I think because they're so versatile, I think they're worth keeping. So what am I missing here? Is it the rapid response is not as good in this deck because I don't really have too many 2-for-1 effects. I have the Intrepid Rabbit, the Rust Shield Rampager, and that's it. I guess the Caretaker's Talent will spread these out. It's probably good enough. Do I get rid of Balin just because... I need 2 untapped tokens to get 1 mana of any color. I feel like it's just not that good, right? It's a 4/3, sometimes lets me draw a card or add a mana of any color. But I think I want more token generation for this to be good. I don't know. Let me know what you think of this. I'm going to cut it for now just because it adds an additional color and like really pushes me. And this way I don't have to worry about, drawing mountain drawing. If I cut one of these 5s, and of them I think Driftgloom is the most likely to get cut, I can at least get... I can probably cut a land and just go there, right? But that does remove one of my removals. But it's probably good enough. I'm not certain. I do like that it's a 2-for-1. Am I supposed to cut Starfall on Vacation? I think I'm supposed to keep that too. Alright, it's a little harder here to determine what to cut. How am I doing on a total creature? 16. Yeah. Do I just cut a land? I don't think so. I think the trio of 5 suggests that I need to cut one of these and then cut a land. Alright, I'm going to cut the Driftgloom Coyote. I don't know if that's a mistake. Let me know if it is. And then cut 1 land. And that's where we're going to go. Yeah, that drops to a reasonable number. I have no real ramp, but my deck curve is low enough that I think I can go cutting one of these cards, one of these lands. And I think I'm going to keep the Haven. Just 1 is nice to help fix. We'll cut 1 plains and kind of go this way. I think this is the deck. Alright, so we're on... It's kind of a Rabbids deck, but not entirely. It's more like tokens. But let's see how we do. I think that it has some potential for good stuff. I don't have the best cards in this, but I have some really strong cards, and I think that means that, and it's in a pretty good color pair, so I feel pretty good about the deck. Soul Reaver NHL, I think I should be able to get to at least 4 wins with it. It's kind of slow, but we do have this into this, so I'm happy to go with this. If my opponent's really slow, then I might wait for the Caretaker's Talent first. But I'll probably Carrot Cake because it's just important to get on the board early. War Arrow. That's a card I wish I had. So we'll take this, start with the Carrot Cake. I think we're going to Druid of the Spade next just to see some Worn Guard. Yeah, that's actually not bad. We'll keep this. They're going to attack. I'm not going to block. No blocks. They're going first, which is bad for me. Yeah. Good for them. We'll play this, and then, let's see. I can Season Worn Guard and this. Or I can Druid of the Spade for 4/3. Which is the better way? Sonar Strike this, and then Season Worn Guard. This is going to grow too, but I can't Sonar Strike that. Or do I hold Sonar Strike and just play Season Worn Guard? I can just play this as a 4/3. Well, they could remove this, and then this suddenly becomes weaker. So I think Season Worn Guard, Sonar Strike, and hold up Sonar Strike is probably the way to go. And then I can crack this if I need to as well, if it turns out that they don't have the thing. So, all right, let's see what happens. Come at me, bro. No blocks. No blocks. Are they gonna do an effect to power things up? Great. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Shoot this thing now. Do they have another? Ugh. Okay, I got wrecked. Nice. Well, I mean, I got wrecked. That was definitely a wreckage sort of situation here. If I can get to 5 mana, I can probably pull myself out of this. But as it is, I think the goal is to do this. Yeah, I think the goal is to do this. Dupe that. Go ahead and create a token. This token. Great. We're gonna attack with this. I have a chumper for this. I'm gonna get smacked in the air, but that's okay. And then we will probably Starfall if I drop. Probably Starfall next turn. I'm not gonna get a thing back from my graveyard though. Ouch. Nice. That's gonna hurt a lot. Yep. In fact, I'm gonna. Do I need to double chump? Yeah, let's go ahead and chump. I know I'm gonna lose everything, so I might as well chump and minimize the damage here. We have nice that though. Good play, good play. We're gonna play this, and then I think we just Starfall Invocation. Destroy creatures, and I think getting a creature back from my graveyard. Actually, I don't think I want a creature back from my graveyard, right? Yeah. Because the Season Warren Guard's not that great, so we're just gonna do this and destroy everything. Not a great place to be at 3 life with my opponent at 17, especially getting that card. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I'll play this as a 4/3 blocker. I can make this if I need to, so that's a choice. I can't cast this, so we're gonna wait and the turn. They can just finish me off by casting enough 4x spells, so. Oh, they didn't attack. Interesting. I would have done that because they have Menace, but maybe they didn't. Oh, they probably saw that I had the Carrot Cake. Okay. Good play, good play. I think a Warren Guard at this point is a little low impact. Yeah. Great. Alright, I have a Banishing Light, which I definitely want to banish their card. I think I need to hold back the, eat this. I'm going to hold back the 1/1 as a defensive play. Yeah. Actually, no, I can attack with all... No, I don't want to die to a... Well, they're not going to have that many surprise attackers that can finish me off, right? So let's play the Sentinel and just hold and not pick up any permanents. That's fine. Target permanent returns. I don't want any of these, right? So submit 0. It's just a blocker. I need defense in case I have a haster. Okay, Roughshod Duo is not great, but it's not the worst. I got another land, which is not as good. We're gonna pump this then. All right, where am I on? 8? Yeah, so we can pump this. If I attack with a team and they don't block, then I will do murderous damage. If they attack with a team and they do block, I can still overcome. So I think I attack with a team. Okay, do this. Do they have something? Nope. Starfall is what got me there. If it wasn't for that Wrath, I would have been DED dead. I know I spelled that wrong. That was on purpose. So yeah, win by Wrath. So it was a great pick in terms of a card, even in my creature populous deck. But we finished our quest, so I'm happy to report that we're done here. At 201, we got another quest to play lands, so this works with any deck. I'll just open a couple more packs to celebrate, and then we're gonna call it a night here. We have my Bloomburrow pack. Gev. I'll take Gev first. I would like to see what Gev can do in a lizard deck, and I'd like to play a lizard deck, so that is the pick for me in this pack. I don't think anything here is really of quite his level anyways, so easy first pick in this one. And then Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Karavek is interesting. And you know what? Because none of these other cards are all that strong, I guess Snakeskin Veil is maybe better than Karavek, but I'm going to take the rare card and see if I can make it work. So that's my pick there. And that is going to be it for me tonight. Let me know what you thought about the game, the draft, and the games in the comments below. If you enjoyed this stream, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of my streams, you can hit subscribe. This is Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night.